Welcome to Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
And good morning, Keys. It is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. Well, actually, our main producer is out today, and hence we already have a couple of technical issues going on. I think that it might be intentional on his part just to create some job security, but that's just a hunch. We're going to say good morning to Phil Goodman. Phil is with us from Florida Keys Mosquito Control District. And let's see, Phil, do we have you here?
Michael, I'm here. Good morning to you. Good morning to your listeners.
Yeah, good morning. So you're having some internet problems and had a computer doing its own thing. We're going to, as I said, being in the Keys is all about flexibility and adaptability. So we are ready for the task, I think.
Certainly are.
So, again, Phil Goodman, Commissioner of District 2, Board Chair, Florida Keys Mosquito Control District. Mosquito counts in the Florida Keys, Phil. The season has started. We are very busy. We got a little maybe complacent in the public with the dry season and conditions there. There's usually advantages to the season starting early this year versus starting late last year, though. So let's talk about that. What are we doing this year different from years past to help further reduce the numbers of those nuisance mosquitoes make that?
Last year, the rain started pretty late in the spring, and what happens is these mosquitoes are out laying eggs all winter long, where there's usually no rain or very little rain, and so the numbers of these mosquito eggs just continue to build up, and they survive for a long time, a year. And so when you have the first rain, depending on how many eggs are laying out there, in the salt marshes and in all the tidal areas, you get huge broods coming off, billions of these things coming off quickly, and that's what happened last year, and it was just all over the Keys, and that happens under those conditions. This year, we've had more rain earlier in the year. We've already had a lot of rain, except last month or last week for us was really busy, and but right now all of Florida is officially still in a drought, but in the Florida Keys we are pretty close to normal with the rain that we had. Still a little bit below, but we had with the rain that we had and the high tides that we've had recently, we've had a lot of activity with larvae. We've had a number of missions yesterday all up and down the Keys for larvae. It wasn't a tremendous number of acres, but it was a lot of different sites all up and down the Keys that we used aerial larviciding to get those under control. We did use a few trucks. We had to get everything done yesterday because the wind is back today. And we had a very narrow window there, but it looks like we got all of the larvae taken care of, all up and down the Keys. So right now, I think the counts are low, and but we're in good shape. But we're waiting the next rain now. So the season certainly has started, and and mosquito control is ready. It helps in both the Aedes aegypti and the salt marsh mosquitoes. Mainly for the salt marsh mosquitoes, we're using LIDAR mapping this year to find those areas where the high tides are coming in more than normal. So we're seeing a lot of new tidal areas. We've also met with all of the managers for the protected lands all up and down the Keys and have obtained some concessions on the numbers of mosquitoes that we have to actually count before we can begin spraying. For the Aedes aegypti, one of the main things, and those two things help there as well, but mostly for the nuisance. But for the Aedes aegypti, the one that carries the disease, we're using Wolbachia, and that is one of the things that we're trying. We also have a new chemical that was just approved by the EPA last year, and we are starting to use it because the main chemicals that we've been using for the Aedes aegypti, that mosquito is becoming more and more resistant to them. So we're looking at new technologies. So those are what we're really looking at, and also the larvicidal treatments that we use. We're planning to do more of those this year than we have been. So those are things. Right now, the Aedes aegypti numbers are pretty low. They're still dengue fever and chikungunya still being introduced into other counties in the state, particularly Miami-Dade, but it's fallen off the last few months. There's been no local transmission in the state of Florida the last several weeks, but still a lot of travel-related cases coming in. You know, we had 2 travel-related cases of chikungunya in Key West last month. But what we do whenever the health department alerts us that we have a travel-related case, somebody came in this case from Cuba, and they were diagnosed with a mosquito-borne disease. The health department alerts us, and we go into that neighborhood, and we do real intensive treating, trying to eliminate every Aedes aegypti mosquito in that neighborhood. And that works very effective for us because we don't want that person that's infected to be bitten by one of our local Aedes aegypti mosquitoes. Therefore, it would infect our mosquitoes, and then we could have local transmission. So our strategy works pretty well as long as the people do go to the health department and we're notified about it. The problem is sometimes when they don't, you can have a lot of cases locally transmitting there and not even know it because no one is reported being sick. One of the things, you know, Aedes aegypti carries the dengue fever and the chikungunya. Dengue fever is the one that we have really been concerned with for the last couple of years. Now chikungunya has kind of taken its place. And the difference between those two diseases, a lot more people get sick with chikungunya than they do dengue fever. They show symptoms. So, you know, the health department has really been alerting to us, the CDC, that we're expecting this year in Florida to be worse than normal for these mosquito-borne diseases. So we're really on high alert here in the Florida Keys, and we'll do everything we can to keep those diseases out.
Okay, very good news. Phil Goodman, Commissioner, District 2 Board Chair of Florida Keys Mosquito Control District. Let's talk about technology, innovative technology that's being used in mosquito control. What are the sources of the ongoing innovative technology? There's been, my understanding, an in-house engineering from Florida and the Keys. We've talked about that before. So let's bring an update and give a few examples.
Sure. You know, the mosquito control worldwide is a relatively small market. When you look at the chemical industry, you know, it's less than $2 billion for chemicals worldwide for mosquito control compared to the agricultural chemical market, which is about $300 billion. So there's very little technology developed, especially for mosquito control from the chemical side and also from the machinery or application apparatus side. So a lot of the innovative solutions that we have are in-house developed, not only here in the Florida Keys, but in other mosquito control districts, mainly in Florida. Most of these developments really come from Florida because this is where the mosquitoes are basically. And, what we have done recently, we have a lot of different types of spray equipment that goes in trucks. And what was becoming a problem in one area was that we had to have different trucks for different type of spray because these things are anchored into the back and they're not really easily taken out. And our engineers came up with, removable bed liners that we can put these in and out quickly using a forklift. So it makes the trucks, we can use 3 and 4 different types of sprayers in the same truck. So it makes us a lot more versatile. That's just one example. We've got what we call an autoloader that we take out with the helicopter on the landing sites to reload fuel and chemicals into it, something that we developed in-house. And on all the offshore islands, we have trail cameras that really are taking pictures of breeding sites on there and let us know when the larvae is in those sites rather than people having to go out there every day. Mm-hmm. And I can go on and on, a lot of things like this that really have improved our effectiveness and efficiency in mosquito control. And it's really hats off to the engineering group that we have here at Florida Keys Mosquito Control District. We have a really good team all the way from our leader, Andrea Leal, our executive director, all through our engineering and all our technical people. Really assembled a good team of individuals who really are dedicated to controlling mosquitoes in the Florida Keys. So it works very well for us.
Well, and Phil, let's jump ahead then to talking about Florida Keys Mosquito Control Awareness Week. There certainly is a need for heightened awareness, not only of mosquito control and what the public can do, but also heightened awareness of what your personnel do, such as you were just talking about the technological advances and the engineering and a lot of the leadership that happens from right here in the Florida Keys in terms of Florida Keys mosquito control. Last week, there were many local government meetings with proclamations announcing Florida Keys Mosquito Control Awareness Week. Monroe County did so, Marathon, Key West, Key Colony Beach, and Almirada, all heightening the need and awareness of mosquito control. You also had an open house where people were able to meet those personnel firsthand, and engineering and the like. That was at the Marathon headquarters this past Saturday. My understanding it was a very big success. My apologies that I had another commitment, but I understand it was a tremendous event and certainly one that I would like to attend in the future. But let's talk about the Awareness Week there and the proclamations. That certainly has to at least help, at least short term, heightening the awareness, so to speak, of Florida Keys mosquito control and its contributions to our community.
Yeah, one of the problems that we have right now, there's so many new visitors and residents in the Florida Keys. And back years ago, people who grew up here understood mosquito control and the mosquito problems that we had. But now a lot of the new residents, they coming from areas that really have no mosquito control or a very different type of mosquito control here. So it's very important that we raise the awareness in the community of mosquito control and try to get people more familiar with what we do and why and how we do things, and so that because we have problems with people when they move in. Let's say they rent a home here for several months, and mosquito control comes by to do inspections. A lot of them, just really don't know who we are. They don't know whether to let us on their property or not. And it's very important that we be able to get on there and inspect for Aedes aegypti mosquitoes and other mosquito breeding on those sites. And so we're working with a lot of different organizations trying to get the message out. And it's a real challenge here in the Florida Keys. And, we appreciate radio programs like yours, helping us get this message out so that people can be aware. We've always been kind of a behind the scenes operation for mosquito control, doing our job, keeping the numbers down. But now, we find that particularly with disease transmission really increasing worldwide, it's more and more important that people understand what we're doing and what they can do to help. So because, most of these Aedes aegypti mosquitoes are bred on our properties. If everyone would go out and dump all their water every week, we would not have much of a mosquito disease problem with Aedes aegypti. But that's not the case. But we're working hard to correct that. And this statewide Mosquito Control Awareness Week is one of the ways that we're doing it. We did have an open house. It was well attended. People really got to see firsthand. We had a lot of science stations set up, learning what we do is the science of mosquito control and looking at our equipment. We had demonstrations with our helicopters and a lot of things for the kids to do. So it was a really good event. And, we'll continue to do this more and more and trying to get the message out, because it looks like that's the situation here in the Keys. We're going to continue to get more and more. Our tourism goes up, and a lot of residential properties have been sold, new owners coming in, and we've got a lot to do from the education side.
Yes, sir. Well, Phil, in our closing minute or so, let's mention that the Florida Keys Mosquito Control District Commission meeting will be held at 1 o'clock today, the Marathon headquarters, east end of the airport. People can attend in person at the boardroom or be present and watch it on the stream at keysmosquito.org. Let's give a couple of highlights as to what we can maybe expect to be discussed today.
Yeah, we have several meetings. One will be our audit committee meeting, and we'll have a regular meeting. We also, at 10 o'clock this morning, we have a workshop that started. This is probably the most significant thing, where we will have our county mayor, Michelle Lincoln will be there, and also the TDC president, Kara Franker, and her team. We'll have a workshop where we will discuss mosquito control issues, give them a tour, let them know what we're doing, and all going back to education, because, the Tourist Development Council, I guess, with mosquito control has such a big impact on the economy. Yes. Where, in the state of Florida, I figure 1 out of every 8 jobs is based on tourism, which wouldn't be here without mosquito control. So, here in the Florida Keys, we have about a $3.5 billion market that tourists bring in every year, about 5 million tourists, supporting about 24,000 jobs here in the Keys that also wouldn't exist to a very great degree without mosquito control, plus a $250 million real estate market here in the Florida Keys. Mm-hmm. So we want to be sure that the people that are working with the tourists and the real estate understand what we're doing and maybe can help us be sure to get the word out and get some ideas of how we can better get the message out to people in the Keys and what we can do to help them as well. So I think it'll be a very productive workshop. We had the Board of Realtors in to do a similar thing last month, very, very productive. And we'll have the Lodging Association in a couple of months to do the same thing. So, we're working to try to do everything we can to help get the message out and be sure our partners are also aware of the issues that we have, and we all work together for everyone's benefit.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you for those highlights as well. Phil Goodman, Commissioner, District 2, Board Chair, Florida Keys Mosquito Control District. Again, this week being Florida Mosquito Control Awareness Week. And, of course, the board meeting happening today at 1 o'clock Marathon Headquarters, keysmosquito.org to learn more. Phil, thank you so much for being here this morning and persisting through some of the technical issues that our island sometimes is subjected to. Hope you get your internet back here very soon, but we will look to talk to you again quite soon. Thank you, sir.
Michael, thank you very much. Thank you for your listeners.
Thank you for all that you do for our community and your commitment and leadership. You have a wonderful day, sir.
Thank you very much. You as well.
Thank you. Bye now. It is Phil Goodman. Bye. He is Commissioner, District 2, Board Chair, Florida Keys Mosquito Control District. On Good Morning Keys, no major incidents being reported up and down US 1. That is good news. We're at 75 degrees, overcast skies. Chance of showers. Breezy, though. We're going to have some wind today up to about 20 miles per hour with gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. So that'll cause some small craft issues there. High of 80 degrees today. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The Talk of the Keys. We return in a
Hey, Sean Hannity here. 4-Star Rentals has almost every piece of equipment that you'll ever need for any project. Now imagine what a hero you'll be when you take on that tree trimming job with a chipper from 4-Star Rentals, or when you rent a Bobcat and fill all those holes in the driveway she's been telling you about. You know what? There's no telling how much respect you'll gain when you take hold of one of their tools and tackle a job like a pro. So if you have a project, 4-Star Rentals, they have the equipment to make you a pro. And don't forget about all those special occasions, either a wedding reception for your daughter, a graduation party for your son. 4-Star Rentals has everything you could possibly need, starting with party tents, including tables and chairs, champagne fountains, chafing dishes, even barbecue cookers. So when you start planning that project, visit mile marker 4.5 in Key West, across from the golf course. These friendly folks are good, and they'll help you with any project you might have. That's 4-Star Rentals.
So be sure to check out 4-Star Rentals for all your party needs. They have a fleet of delivery trucks, so one call does it all. 4-Star Rentals. Call 294-7171.
Join Mote Marine Laboratory for Ocean Fest, a community celebration, Saturday, April 25th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Truman Waterfront Park in Key West. Ocean Fest is an annual outreach event to raise awareness of the work that Mote Marine Laboratory is doing for coral reef research and restoration and its more than a dozen other research programs, along with the work of like-minded partner environmental organizations. The funds raised through Ocean Fest go directly to help fund coral reef research and restoration programs. By attending Ocean Fest, you're already taking a step toward understanding the commitment that it takes to positively affect the world around us, both on land and sea. Plus, Party 105.7 will broadcast live, providing party music all day during the event, with a focus on ocean conservation. Locals and visitors alike can learn about the importance of our local ecosystems and the role we all play in preserving them for generations to come. Ocean Fest, a community celebration presented by Mote Marine Laboratory, Saturday, April 25th from 11 to 4 at Truman Waterfront Park.
In the Florida Keys, there's a name people trust for pool construction and remodels, Islamorada Pools. For years, residential and commercial property owners from Key Largo to Key West have trusted their team to design, build, remodel, and repair some of the most beautiful pools in the islands. Building a brand new backyard retreat, transforming an aging commercial pool, they bring craftsmanship, experience, and attention to every detail. They're local, they live here year-round, and they know what it takes to build and renovate pools that stand up to the Keys climate while delivering true luxury and long-term durability. From new construction and remodels to repairs, equipment upgrades, and decorative concrete, every detail matters. Your pool should reflect the quality of your property. Islamorada Pools makes that happen. Call 305-852-3133. Visit their showroom at 86701 Overseas Highway, Suite 103 in Islamorada, or online at islamorada.pools.com. Islamorada Pools, trusted, local, and built for the Keys.
Life is full of moments, the small ones, the big ones, the once-in-a-week moments, the once-in-a-lifetime moment, the silly moments, the serious moments, the funny moments, and the sweet moments. The moment you've been waiting for. I'm Armando Gonzalez, president and owner of Blue Marlin Jewelry in Islamorada and Key West. You choose the moment and we'll make it unforgettable. We have a wonderful selection of quality jewelry you won't find in other stores, hand-selected from artists, including our signature collection, Tacori, Roberto Coin, genuine Natosha coins, and so much more. We'll help you select the right piece of jewelry that will ensure that whenever the occasion, whatever the moment, she'll remember it for years to come. Blue Marlin Jewelry, 81549 Old Highway in Islamorada, and now in Key West, 718 Caroline Street. Both locations are open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 5 on Sunday. Visit us at bluemarlinjewelry.com.
This is Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
And here we go. This is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. It's 8:29. And good morning to you. We are looking at overcast skies, chance of showers, breezy today. As mentioned, the wind can get up to about 30-mile-per-hour gusts, make that for today. So that could be an issue for us, especially for small crafts. So keep that in mind. And, you know, actually, it's a great day to be in a pool. You don't want to be out on the open water. You want to be in a pool, I'm sure. And we've got just the guy to help us with that, Mr. Islamorada Pools himself. It is Joe Johnston with us. Hey, Joe, how are you, sir?
Michael, how's your morning going? Hello, everybody.
It's going great, you know, and I appreciate your adeptness and your flexibility hopping right on here with us, despite the fact that you've got places to go and people to see. But you are in Mobile Unit 1 for Islamorada Pools on your way somewhere.
That's correct. Yeah, I am driving past the beautiful Founders Park right now.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm heading up to Key Largo North. And, you know, there's things going on. We are building a lot of pools, man. Things are going very nicely. On days like today, as you say, you know, it's nice to be in a pool rather than on the water getting beaten up on the boat, you know?
Yeah, well, the pool is your controlled environment. And, you know, I'd say that a lot of people deserve that kind of luxury, that kind of, I wouldn't call it opulence, but I would call it pool perfection, maybe. That's what Islamorada Pool really brings, whether it be construction, remodeling, repair. And I would like to say that, you know, a lot of people arrive in the Keys. They have become successful, have worked really hard in their lives, and they deserve some perfection at their home. You know, they've acquired a home of their dreams, and the pool is really the piece de resistance of that experience. And it really just fully adds to the quality of life that they have come to deserve, I'd say.
It is true. I say down here because of the rest of the country, but here
Yes.
in the Keys, you know, we enjoy our finer things.
Yes.
We like the kind of rum we like the kind of water we like, and we enjoy the type of environment that we like. Our wine and our good times are a part of who we are. We're different down here. We're not the same as everyone else up there. And so our outside pool situation sort of needs to blend in with our island personality.
That's a good point, Joe. Absolutely. It needs to fit the home. It needs to fit the culture. It needs to fit the lifestyle of the island. And, you mentioned that we're a little different down here, and it is true. People have different expectations, maybe a little different way of looking at things, and I think it's all in a positive way. But Islamorada Pools is local. It's residents who live here, thrive here, work here, serve here, and it is a team of people who understand that mindset, but also understand the specific challenges we have in our island home due to the environment, due to the climate, due to the elements, and all of that makes it imperative to really work with somebody when you are dreaming, designing, building your dream pool. Islamorada Pools is that local resource to make that happen.
Yeah, absolutely. We work closely with people to get what they want, because some people want a small, high quality, low key environment, and we're able to provide that. And some people want a little bit higher key. They want that sun deck where they could just relax on there and watch the grandbabies play or the kids play, and they're just chilling out, enjoying themselves. We built a pool that somebody put built a tiki over one end.
Yeah.
So that was very cool. One of the cooler pools is there's bar stools up at a bar that butts up against a built in-ground kitchen. So somebody is working like in a kitchen, cooking things, serving up drinks, and they really entertain. And that's a very large pool. It's got multiple waterfalls. It's got a lot going on, but it is really a cool idea. I think that could even be done in a smaller pool. You know, we are expanding. We're looking to hire somebody that knows about pool equipment and building pools. So, if anybody in our lovely audience fits that bill, man, we are definitely in the market for somebody good.
Somebody good is true. And, you do set very high expectations for your entire crew, who are all entrenched in the Keys and very experienced in what they do and very conscientious of what they do. So whoever you do bring on and add to your established team will have to fit that bill, because, you do have those standards, and those standards just continue to transfer from start to finish to all of your projects. However, true, you are growing, you're expanding, you're offering more services to more people in more areas throughout the Keys. It is Keys wide. And because of the fact that your company is highly regarded and in increasing demand, you are looking for additional specialist or two in the field. And that's great news, because people are continuing to find out about you more and more as you build upon the legacy and the character of Islamorada Pools. And hence, you need a little more help to keep up with demand.
We do. We really do. So things are going great, and, needing to hire some new people is not the worst problem to have down here on the Rock,
No, it is not. And your smile is infectious, by the way. I got to say that. We love visiting with you, and also this show, of course, available on Keys Living TV, 11 a.m. and 5 p.m., Channel 27, Roku, and on your phone app. And we love to see your smiling face, but we also love to see the quality of your work, and that can be seen at almoradapools.com. Go to the gallery, by the way, and look at the new builds and what is possible for you as you dream up your pool creation. Or there's other pictures in the gallery there of remodels and the Eco Finish product as well. and just contact the team and talk about maybe what you have in mind. And the experts like Tiffany Williams, Dan Dillon, and yourself can make that happen. And I am assured, and I am sure that should you take that route, you will be fully satisfied as you and your guests and your family just, slide into that dream pool. And again, life is pretty complete after that.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a beautiful pool in Keys Colony.
Oh, yeah.
That we are installing a new type of lights, which are super cool. It's multi-zone and regular RGB, any colors that you want. However, the lights are dimmable and controllable. It's very, very cool. It is Pentair's newest lights, and they operate on a system all by themselves. So, you use your app on the phone and you make it however you want. You set the mood for whatever it is, Is it the 4th of July, red, white, and blue? Is it girls' night out, pinks and purples, whatever floats your little boat in there, you make it work. And we're really excited about it. We're putting over 20 lights in behind waterfalls, in the pool, and in the spa of this thing. And I can't wait to see what it looks like at dusk.
Is that an existing pool or is that a new build overall?
That is a new build.
Okay,
that's a new build. Yeah,
and
so we're doing a pair of twin pools.
Yeah.
The owners have been friends forever, and so the pools are a reflection of each other.
Oh, that is pretty awesome. Well, Joe, Joe Johnston with us, Islamorada Pools. And again, it is construction, remodeling, repair throughout the entire Keys, almoradapools.com. And you talk about, the new devices, new technology in the pool industry. I will just reveal that you're a technology guy, and you're bringing innovation as well as continued perfection to everything that Islamorada Pools does. You can also visit them at the showroom, 86701 Overseas Highway, Suite 103 in Islamorada, or you can visit online, almoradapools.com, or 305-852-3133. And I'm sure that Joe will jump in his truck like he has this morning and be at your door with his smiling face, and we'll start talking about your dream pool.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, come into the showroom. Look around. We've got tile samples in there. We've got flooring samples in there. We've got pumps in there, so you can see basically get a good idea of what you're getting into. Tiffany and Anna are in there to walk you through whatever it is that you got going on that you're interested in, and you're gonna find your dream tile in there. And if you've got an existing pool and you want to make some changes, come on in. We take care of that all the time as well. A beautiful remodel sometimes will change the whole attitude of your outside dream space.
And if you're in the pool industry currently, you have a passion for what you do, but you want to be busy and challenged and invigorated and never idle, that's for sure. Call Islamorada Pools, 305-852-3133, and join their growing, established, but expanding team. That opportunity is there now with Islamorada Pools and Joe Johnston and his team.
Right on, man.
Yes, sir. Well,
we got to enjoy our outdoor spaces, and, we're on this island. Let's go ahead and live the life.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. We have this tremendous, I wouldn't call it a resource. It's a blessing, really, all around us. And why not take full advantage and fully enjoy it? And one of the best ways to do that is with a beautiful pool. Islamorada Pools at almoradapools.com throughout the Keys as well. Joe, thank you for our visit. It looks like you've been stationary for a while. You probably have places to get to.
Right on. Yeah. Yeah, but I love to visit with you, Michael, and I think getting the word out about what is possible, because people are scared of the cost. They're scared of they've got concerns, and none of those are bad things. And I think that call Tiffany. call the office and get those concerns met, find out what the truth is, and figure out how to get your dreamscape out there.
Yeah, asking questions, getting a better understanding does not come with any kind of a commitment. It just gives a better understanding and gives some comfort moving forward. So I would agree, definitely. All right, Joe. Well, safe travels to you. Wonderful to see you. I know we see you throughout our community all over the place. Thank you so much for all that you do as you've committed to our community. We'll remind, just throw in the fact that just one small example of that is a very generous donation to Baptist Health that you've done recently. You continue to give back at every turn, and we thank you for that.
Thank you, Michael. We're blessed to be able to do it.
Yes, sir. Well, you have a wonderful day. Best to all, and we will talk soon.
All right. Have a great day, guys.
You too.
Have a good day, Keys.
Indeed. Thank you, Joe. Great to see you. Islamorada Pools at islamorada.pools.com. You can call Joe and his team 305-852-3133. Visit them at Islamorada Pools Showroom 86701 Overseas Highway, Suite 103 in Islamorada. We'll be right back with more of Good Morning Keys in just a moment.
Who is Geraldine? Who is Mr. Rote? And what does he want with a child's doll? Why is he willing to kill to get it? Will Susan, who is blind, survive her encounter with a mysterious Mr. Rote? To find the answers to these and other questions, you'll have to see Wait Until Dark, the classic Frederick Knott thriller, adapted by Jeffrey Hatcher, live on stage at the Marathon Community Theater. Performances start April 16th through May 2nd, with matinees Sunday, April 19th and 26th. Tickets at marathontheater.org or call 305-743-0994. Brought to you in part by the Monroe County Tourist Development Council, the Florida Keys and Key West. Come as you are. Calling all pirates, partiers, and constituents to join the Conch Republic Military Forces for the Cocktail Dinner Party and Sunset Toast at Ocean Keys Sunset Pier on April 21st. Enjoy music by Reggae Lou and Sir C.W. Colt, a 21 Conchhorn salute, dinner, cocktails, and Sunset Toast to long live the Conch Republic. Proceeds benefit the Conch Republic Military Forces. Visit conchrepublic.com for a full schedule of events and tickets. The 44th Annual Conch Republic Independence Celebration, April 17th through the 26th. Brought to you by the Monroe County Tourist Development Council, DAC1, Conch Republic Military Forces, and Florida Keys businesses.
Key West authentic Irish pub, dining, and rooftop lounge is Celtic Conch Public House, 528 Front Street. The Celtic Conch always features delicious Irish cuisine and tasty pub grub with more than 40 Irish whiskeys, specialty cocktails, and local drafts. Ask about their daily food specials, including kids 12 and under eat free on Wednesdays when ordering from the kids menu with adult purchase of at least $25. Limit 2 children per adult, dine in only. Plus, the best in live entertainment. Monday, it's Milo from 8 to 11. Tuesday, test your knowledge with trivia from 7 to 9. Wednesday features Just George from 8 to 11. Thursday, Milo performs live from 4 to 7, followed by Dave Minenberg from 8 to 11. Friday, Milo returns from 8 to 11. Saturday, come back for Dave Minenberg from 5 to 8. Then, Sunday, Tony Roberts plays live from 3 to 6. Celtic Conch Public House, 528 Front Street, Key West. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Sláinte.
This spring, why just enjoy the view when you could be on the water? At Keys Federal Credit Union, we're helping you set sail for savings with great rates on boat and engine-only loans. Whether you're upgrading your ride or finally buying your first boat, we make it easy to turn those sunny daydreams into reality. Low rates, flexible terms, and local service you can trust. Because here in the Keys, life is better on the water. So what are you waiting for? Visit keysfcu.org or stop by your nearest branch today. Subject to credit approval, restrictions may apply, and Seaway insured.
If it's happening in the Keys, you will hear about it here. This is Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
And Good Morning Keys, Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The talk of the Keys. It is the 21st of April already. Some pretty strong wind gusts coming our way. 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts. If you're out on the water, probably don't want to be because it's going to be small craft problems. I haven't seen an official advisory, but I can only imagine we're going to have that. We're going to say good morning to Nikki, the nurse practitioner, Key West Surgical Group Incorporated, and Med Spa for Medical Matters. Good morning, Nikki.
Good morning, Michael. How are you?
Doing great, thank you. We appreciate you being here to help introduce us to yet another informative topic. It's brought to you by Key West Surgical Group Incorporated and Med Spa. Exceptional care close to home. Dr. Rhoda Smith providing that exceptional care for many, many years. 3134 Northside Drive in Key West. So let's talk about, where did my tab go? There it is. rosacea. Did I say it right?
Rosacea. Yep, rosacea.
Rosacea. Understanding the redness and how to control it. What is this all about?
It's something that plagues a lot of people. A
Yeah.
lot of people down here in Florida, South Florida especially, and here in the Keys. It's a very common but misunderstood skin condition. A lot of people it just will think it's sensitive skin or they have acne, but it's actually a different condition that we can treat and manage once once we understand it. It's once you can get the individual who has it to understand the process.
So this is not a fleeting thing then. It's a chronic inflammatory skin condition, mainly affecting the central face. That's lovely because that's very visible. Cheek,
Right,
nose, skin, and forehead. Yeah, chin and forehead. Yeah.
Yeah, it's persistent redness, flushing. You have little, I don't know if you've ever, we all have them, but you could see it and pronounce on some people. They're the little red blood vessels.
Yeah.
And it's usually they're very prominent in the cheek and the nose and can be on the forehead as well. That is what is usually, I mean, that is rosacea.
Okay. So it's not caused by poor hygiene. It is common, but it is treatable and manageable, but not curable.
Right. And that is one of the difficult aspects of the disease that people have a hard time grasping because they want to be rid of it, but you really can only treat it and control it. It's not curable.
Okay. So you mentioned the kind of veins under your eyes, that kind of thing. Give us some of the common symptoms.
So it's persistent redness that doesn't go away. Like you constantly have a rosy cheek appearance, flushing or blushing easily. You see somebody when they get when they laugh, if they have redness in their cheeks all the time, and then if they get emotional or get angry or sad or red, you will see their face get blush even more. Like I talked about those visible tiny blood vessels. You can even have, there's different types of rosacea. So you can even have acne like bumps on your skin, except the difference between them and acne is they don't have those whiteheads or those comedones. They just kind of stay like a raised bump. And you might have burning or stinging to your skin. Your skin feels more sensitive.
Okay, so flushing or blushing, now that has been caused by some of the topics you and I have talked about in the past, but that's not
That's right.
That's not related. Okay, got it. All right. Well, what causes rosacea then? There's not a single cause, right?
No, there isn't a single cause, but it is an overactive inflammatory response. You just have sensitive blood vessels. Genetics and environmental triggers play a really big factor. So if someone in your family has rosacea and you have that redness in your skin that doesn't seem to go away and you have it's sensitive, you probably they had rosacea, you had rosacea. Environmental triggers are really everything when it comes to rosacea. So this is where it gets tricky, especially down here. Sun exposure.
Oh, good. Yeah.
We can't get away from it. And because the weather is so good down here all year long, everybody wants to be in the sun. And heat. So we're coming into our very toasty and roasty season.
Yes, we are.
Right around the corner, minus the wind. We'll miss the wind in a minute because the heat is coming, but it can exacerbate the condition. And alcohol.
Oh, that's also not common down here.
Not at all. And spicy foods. So those top four things. If you like spicy foods, alcohol, and to be in the sun, boating season, it can exacerbate your rosacea, along with stress, hot drinks, and harsh skincare products. So you don't want to use like scrubs. You know, people think I need to exfoliate my skin. If you have this condition, that's not really the best approach to keep it under control.
Okay. Well, avoiding those triggers is one of the most powerful ways to control rosacea. We're talking about medical matters with Nikki, the nurse practitioner from the Key West Surgical Group Incorporated and Med Spa, 3134 Northside Drive in Key West. Dr. Rhoda Smith giving you care that is their specialty. You can call them to find out more, 305-294-1041 or keywestsurgicalgroup.com online, available to you as well. How is rosacea diagnosed?
So it's really just a clinical diagnosis. When we look at your skin, we take your history and your symptoms. There's no lab test. It's really just recognizing a pattern. And over the last, I guess, 6 or 7 years that I've been working with people with skin conditions, this is one of the things I've seen the most. That when we got into lasers, our very first laser didn't treat this condition, and everybody would come in and complain about the redness in their face. So I was like, oh, this is a real big issue down here. So that's why I decided to talk about it, especially recently. I've had a lot of people come in and they have frustration with it because it's hard for them to accept that it's not going to go away, but they have to have lifestyle and manage it pretty much on a daily basis to keep it calm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, treatment options then. Combination therapy, the best approach. We're controlling rosacea through this, not curing it, calming the inflammation and preventing flare ups. So, talk about combination therapy then.
So, lifestyle and skincare, again, identify and avoid those triggers. I know it's hard to be out of the sun. I know it's hard not to drink alcohol, especially in this environment, and heat. So try and keep your skin as cool as possible. Avoid, we talk about sun, the highest temperature usually occurs afternoon. Don't be out and about during that time for long periods of time. Gentle skincare, again, no harsh scrubs, and daily SPF, that is non-negotiable. That means it should be part of your routine. When you get up in the morning, before you leave the house, you need to put SPF on. Even if you're not going to the pool or the beach or on the boat and you're going to lounge in the sun, you're going to be in the sun because we are in the sun every day and you are still exposed to the sun in your car.
Well, and then speaking of SPF, there are topical treatments of a prescription variety as well.
That is correct. And again, a lot of people come in and said, I've tried all of these, and they will name them: metronidazole, azelaic acid, ivermectin, bromonidine gel, and oxymetalazone cream. These are all prescribed to help calm that inflammation down. However, if you don't stick with it or avoid those other lifestyle triggers that we talked about, it's not going to really work as well as if you do all the steps.
Okay. Oral medications are available too, though, then, right?
Yes. For severe cases where they have like those really irritated acne bumps, they will prescribe either doxycycline or minocycline, even low doses of isotretinoin. This will help calm the inflammation from the inside out.
Okay. And laser and light therapy, you can really elevate the results here. And we've talked many times about the laser therapies available for cosmetics and aesthetics and all of that stuff. Well, this can be very helpful, the technology available at Key West Surgical Group Incorporated Med Spa for rosacea.
Yes, it can. So we have the Elite IQ, which targets blood vessels and redness. And then the Ultra helps improve the skin quality and inflammation. So a lot of times we combine them together to keep that redness and inflammation down. Another good device that we don't have, but other people have it in town, is the IPL. It's intense pulse light that also targets the blood vessels and the redness to calm the inflammation down. But again, this won't work alone. It's, it's a routine, it's maintenance, it's doing all the steps to get you to reduce that redness, shrink the blood vessels, and improve overall skin tone.
Yeah, so a combination of topicals, oral medications, and laser treatments, then you do see results. But what happens if you don't treat rosacea?
So it can progress and become more permanent. Like the vessels are very pronounced, they're more visible, and the skin can thicken over time. There is a condition where, and it's seen more in men, they get really thick skin on their nose and it's bumpy and they have like this bulbous nose. It is from untreated rosacea.
Really?
Over the years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. All right. Well, that's why early treatment is so important. I did not realize that was what led to that. So patient tips then.
So again, not to repeat, but be gentle. No harsh scrubs. Wear your SPF every single day, 30 or more.
Yep.
Learn your triggers, and again, it's spicy foods, alcohol, the sun, and the heat. Those are the 4 big ones down here. I know we like to eat ghost peppers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Don't assume it's acne and treat as acne, because then a lot of times people think they need to scrub their skin with like salicylic acid or a harsh scrub. because it's oil underneath their skin. It's not. So get it evaluated by a professional so you know you're on the right treatment.
Okay, so rosacea is manageable, not curable, so consistency is everything. Key West Surgical Group Incorporated and Med Spa with customized plans using medical treatments and advanced laser therapy to calm the redness and restore your glow. So those aesthetic treatments can treat a lot of different maladies and get your glow on and make you feel better and younger, but also for treatment of rosacea. Very effective.
Yes. And we do offer free consultation. So any questions, you can call the office and come see me and we could figure out, what you're doing, what you need to do, and if laser is right for you.
Okay, very good. Key West Surgical Group and Med Spa online, keywestsurgicalgroup.com, or call for that consultation, 305-294-1041, 3134 Northside Drive in Key West. Exceptional care close to home. Dr. Rhoda Smith and the entire team there will take very good care of you, no doubt about it. So thank you, Nikki. Very informative today, as always, but I appreciate your time here this morning.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, great to see you.
Great to see you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. Nikki, the nurse practitioner with us, Key West Surgical Group Incorporated and Med Spa for Medical Matters. This is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The talk of the Keys. We'll be back in a moment.
Monroe County families, get ready for the Monroe County School District's kindergarten kickoff. During the week of April 20th through the 23rd, our K-8 and elementary schools will host special kickoff sessions to welcome our newest learners. Join us as we welcome new families into our caring, student-centered schools. Meet our exceptional teachers, explore bright kindergarten classrooms, and see why Monroe County School District is the best choice for your child's first school experience. Upon registration, your family receives our exclusive Playing Our Way to Kindergarten game filled with fun readiness activities, safety lessons, and parent videos to help your child feel confident and prepared. Choose Monroe County Schools for strong early learning, safe and inclusive schools, and a joyful start to your child's educational journey. For dates and times of specific school sessions, visit our website at keyschools.com. Your child's journey of learning starts now with the MCSD Kindergarten Kickoff.
Keys Auto Center, the Keys hometown dealership.
Hey folks, Stephen Bender here at Key West Toyota. Tacomas and Camrys and Tundras, oh my! We've got one of our largest selections in stock and on the way right now. And with our exclusive deal match guarantee, you know you're getting the right deal. So come see the people you know, like, and trust right here on the Boulevard or KeyWestToyota.com. We've got the keys.
Everything you need is here at Keys Auto Center.
Do you want a reliable, fast, and convenient way to travel between the mainland and the Keys? The Dade Monroe Express is your solution. Service runs early morning through late evening, 7 days a week. Whether you're commuting or just visiting, Dade Monroe Express has got you covered. And the best part? You can try it for free. Visit trytransitfree.com and select Dade Monroe Express. Don't wait. Discover a stress-free way to travel to and from the Keys. The Dade Monroe Express is operated by Miami-Dade Transit.
Good morning, dear. Breakfast almost ready?
In a minute. So did you happen to call someone about spalling repair for the house?
You know what? I knew I forgot something yesterday.
Honey, you know how important spalling repair is, especially here in the Keys. If that spalling damage gets any worse...
Don't worry. I'll call Design Center in Marathon.
When?
Today.
How about now?
Okay, dear. Now.
Design Center, the most efficient spalling contractor in the Keys, providing the fastest results. With over 40 years combined experience in spalling repair and a member of the International Concrete Repair Institute, Design Center can handle the largest jobs to small structures. They also handle quite a number of condominium and county projects. Mention this ad or the program you're listening to and receive 10% off your spalling repair. Visit DesignCenterFL.com or call 305-735-4042. Design Center, 6677 Overseas Highway Marathon. License number CGC 1523838. Remember, mention this ad or the program you're listening to and receive 10% off your spalling repair from Design Center.
Hey Key West, Danny Hughes here from Two Friends. Really from Two Friends. So Maura and I were sitting at breakfast in the bar listening to live music at 8:30 a.m. on a Tuesday. She's about to enjoy some huevos rancheros and me shrimp and grits with fried oysters. Heart healthy. And Maura says, Dorothy, we're not in Kansas anymore. It was perfect because we didn't move here because Key West is like a lot of other places. We moved here because it isn't like any other place on earth. So meet your friends or make your friends at Two Friends. 512 Front Street in Old Town Key West or twofriends.com.
voice of Monroe County, yours. This is Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The talk of the Keys. Newsroom reporting that there's some slowdowns. Card Sound Road. Be careful there. And also Tavernier having some construction continuing. That's causing some slowdowns. How about Marathon, though? Marathon's a busy place these days. We're going to go right to Daniel Sammis, President and CEO of the Marathon Chamber of Commerce. How's traffic looking your way there, Daniel?
Not too bad, Michael. Obviously, the weather's a little bit nasty out there, but it's moving.
Yes. Okay, good. Well, Marathon Chamber of Commerce, you have a luncheon today, a great opportunity, as always, for your business members to network, to get to know one another, and to hear about some very informative topics.
Yep, absolutely. Always looking forward to those monthly luncheons. As you said, just a nice way to connect with our members.
Yeah. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, Michael. And so, we got what I think is an important topic today. It's a great venue for us, air conditioned, keeps us out of the rain, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And a couple of lovely, smart ladies from First Horizon Bank, who's one of our executive members of the Marathon Chamber, is kind enough to volunteer their time to talk to us and our members about personal finances and investing and what steps you need to take, to plan for retirement, because it's never too early to start that. So
yes,
obviously that's always an important topic, I think, for anyone, no matter what your age. If you're a young professional, kind of in the middle of it, or winding down, you really want to always, take the steps to secure your and loved ones' financial future. So
yeah.
This will focus on that, and it'll be a great topic, and they'll do a bunch of Q&A as well.
Yeah, well, FloridaKeysMarathon.com is you can find out more about the Greater Marathon Chamber of Commerce. We had a very successful 50th original Marathon Seafood Festival just as of last month. We've already set the date for next year as March 13th and the 14th. All of those proceeds going to help with scholarships for deserving students in our community.
That's right. Well said. Another good event. The 50th is a big deal, obviously. So a lot of amazing history there that I'm just happy to be a part of and along for the ride. The event does so much for the community, which is something that I love, and I know a lot of the locals love too. Just with at the beer tent, they raise monies via tips, and those go to local youth sports programs, supporting them. I think they raised just under $6,000 this year, Michael, just from tips. So that'll all go to that.
Mm-hmm.
We have tip jars at the food booth, so we were able to give close to, or I think just over $4,000 to AHEC.
Oh, wow.
And they provide the dental buses all around town in Marathon, at Switlick and at the high school and at their offices. And it's practically free. So parents could save, hundreds of dollars every time the kids got to get their teeth cleaned, sealed. And it's, I think, $10 is it. They subsidize the rest. So
yeah,
we wanted to reward them for their great work that they do. And then much more. OFF does a lot of annual scholarships for high school seniors. So does the Marathon Chamber. Of course, we'll be doing at least $10,000 again this year in a few more months when the seniors graduate. So
yep,
all in all, great time. And then, of course, the economic impacts of the heads and beds we bring in. People that come to Marathon because of the Marathon Seafood Fest, stay in a hotel, vacation rental, pay sales tax, bed taxes, and spend money around town, even, especially outside of the festival. They go out to eat, they shop, they go fishing, they park to pay at our beach, all those things that support us economically and support local jobs that are here directly and indirectly. So
yep,
real win-win.
Yep, indeed. Daniel Sammis is with us, CEO, President of the Greater Marathon Chamber of Commerce on Good Morning Keys. We have that networking luncheon today. We have a ribbon cutting tomorrow. One of the newest businesses in Marathon known as Golden Road. And the Marathon Chamber of Commerce always there to help support, whether they're startup businesses or established businesses. very imperative that the Greater Marathon Chamber of Commerce continues its work advocating for business and economic development. In the Keys, you are an instrumental member of the TDC board as well, with Tourist Development Council, always monitoring what's happening throughout the Keys and in Marathon with tourism and, again, economic development. And we thank you for all of the work that is being done by the Greater Marathon Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, thank you again, Mike. So well said. I should hire you. I don't think I could afford you.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Go ahead.
Yeah, well said. We love doing those things. You mentioned the ribbon cutting, so that's one of the things, again, I just love about this job and what we do, supporting our not only new members but new businesses in town. And this one, Golden Road, which is owned by a great local family, Allison and Sean Sayer. And this has been Allison's kind of dream for a number of years, and it's here. They're doing really well. They got a beautiful shop in the Southwinds Plaza across from our airport, right in the same plaza where Bayshore Clothing is, also Sweet Savannah's. And so it's a great, it's going to be a lot of fun. That's tomorrow, Wednesday evening from 5 to 7. We'll cut the ribbon around 6 o'clock, and they're going to have some bubbly, champagne, and maybe some charcuterie boards out for folks to just come by, celebrate with them this great milestone, and check out the shop. I know my wife's already purchased a number of items in there, and a lot of other local ladies in town that I know have some great stuff from there as well. So definitely encourage folks, especially when we got a nice, new retail shop in there catering to the lovely ladies of Marathon and the Middle Keys, to come check it out. That's Golden Road tomorrow at 5 to 7 p.m. And then again today in a few hours, our luncheon at the Elks Club. If you're a member, come on by, call us up. It's 305-743-5417 to RSVP.
Yes, sir.
If you're not a member and you're interested in joining the Marathon Chamber, come on by the luncheon, be our guest. It's just $20 a person. You'll get some good food and hear a great topic again, and we'll give you more info on joining.
Very good. Well, I know you've got a busy day to get to. We look forward to seeing you in a few short hours. Anything else we should mention before we let you go, sir?
Nope. That's it. Just we'll talk more, Michael, as we move forward with bringing commercial air service back to our Marathon Airport. Another big initiative your Marathon Chamber's been working on for a number of years, and really honored to work with our airport authority with Monroe County and, of course, the TDC as well on this endeavor, and more details to come on that.
Well, and real quickly, I was finally told by one of our esteemed county commissioners that there was not a plan to have cruise ships come to Marathon. That apparently appeared in one of our friendly press member, friends on April Fool's Day, and I fell for it hook, line, and sinker. But anyway, that's another story.
A lot of people did, but we'll work on that one next too. And don't worry, we'll get one of those new catamaran small boutique cruise ships that only drafts, and we'll be able to get in the inlet there by Burdine. So
there you go.
Don't worry, everyone, it's coming.
Great, Daniel. Thank you so much for all that you do, sir. We look forward to seeing you soon. You take care.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Indeed. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The talk of the Keys. And this is Good Morning Keys. Be looking for it on Keys Living TV, 11 a.m. today, 5 p.m. today as well. Channel 27 locally, Roku streaming, and on the phone app at your favorite app store. This is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The talk of the Keys. Thanks for listening.